We're going to knock out 8.5. We're going with composite figures. You have 1, 2, and then 9 through 18. 1 and 2 say find the area of a circle. I'm finding the area of a circle. Sorry about that. I want to remember my formula for area is pi r squared. So all I ever need is my radius. They're giving me my radius, 4 right here. So that's going to be 4 squared. And then I'm going to multiply it to pi, which is 3.14. Well, 4 squared is 4 times 4, which is 16. And now 16 times pi, well, remember that's 3.14. If I take 3.14 and I multiply it to 16, well, 4 times 6 is 24. Carry the 2. 1 times 6 is 6, 7, 8. And then 3 times 6 is 18. We're going to put the 0 here, and since this is a 1, this is going to be 314. You know this because 1 times anything is itself. I bring everything down, it's a 4. 8 plus 2 is 12, carry the 1. 8 plus 1 plus 1 is 10. That's going to give me this number, and then I have to remember there's a decimal here, so I have 1, 2 places to bring my decimal back. So that makes this 50.24. And since this is mm, this is millimeters square. All right, number 2 is for you to do. 3 through 6 you didn't have to do, so we're going to skip over them. All right, so here we are with number 9. It says find the area of these composite figures. If I'm looking at this, I see that this is really a trapezoid. So to find the area of a trapezoid, I remember the formula for a trapezoid is 1/2 height times base 1 plus base 2. So I know the height is going to be 2 right here because the bases are parallel with each other. And these sides here are parallel. Parallel means they will never touch if they went on forever. These lines would go on forever in these directions. And these 2 lines would never ever intersect with each other. Okay, and the height is perpendicular, which means a 90-degree angle. That's what this box means right here. Okay, so my height is 2. That means I have 1/2 times 2. And then base 1 is 6. And base 2 is 3. All right, 6 plus 3, remember we're following PEMDAS here, parentheses first, that's going to be 9. And then I have half of 2, well, half of 2 is 1. And 1 times 9, well, that's going to be 9. So this is 9 inches square. All right, let's go on to number, there it is, 9 inches square. All right, let's go ahead and go to number 11. You have number 10 to do. Number 11, I have a rectangle. If I break these up into 2 shapes, I have a rectangle here. And then I have a semicircle here. Now the rectangle is 2 by 8. 2, I know if this is 2, then this must be 2, right? And this is 8. So since the rectangle's formula is length times width, this is going to give me 8 times 2. And that equals 16. So this is 16 meters squared. All right, and then now for the semicircle, well, the formula for a semicircle is half the formula for a circle. So I would take pi r squared, and then I would divide it by 2. So this is going to be pi, well, that's equal to 3.14. My radius is half of my diameter, and all the way across is my diameter. So halfway across is half of 8, and that's 4. So my radius is 4. And then I have to square that. Okay, and then I will be dividing everything by 2. All right, let's do this. I know 4 squared is 16. All right, we have to do parentheses first and exponents. So now we have 16 times 3.14 divided by 2. I know 16 divided by 2 is 8. So this is really 3.14 times 8. Okay, so let's work that. I got 3.14. I'm multiplying it to 8. 4 times 8 is 12. I'm sorry, 4 times 8 is 32, sorry. The 3 comes out. 1 times 8 is 8, and then plus 3 makes 11. Carry the 1. 3 times 8 is 24. 24 plus 1 is 25. And I move that decimal over 2 places, so I bring it over 2 places here. 25.12. And now I got to add it to 16 because that was the area of the rectangle, remember, up here. And I'm adding these together. So this is going to be let's see, 5 plus 6 is 11, carry the 1. This is 41.12 meters square. All right, let's see how we did with number 11. 41.12 meters square. Looks like I gave number 10 away. All right, I had to go back and delete all the evil ones before I give you all the answers to the problem. I know what you're thinking, boo. Let's see, that means number 12 is for you to do. I'm going to be working on number 13. On number 13, I have what looks like a triangle up top. And then I have what looks like a parallelogram on the bottom. Okay, so the formula for a triangle, the area is 1/2 base times height. So let's do that first. I know the base of this is, it looks like 6. And I know the height, well, if this is a right angle going here, this has to be the height right here, which is 3. Okay, well, I know 1/2 of 6 is 3, and 3 times 3 is 9. So the triangle is 9 millimeters square. All right, let's try for the parallelogram now. The parallelogram's formula is, let's see, 1/2 height times base 1 plus base 2. Well, we know the height of this parallelogram has to be 3 because this comes up and down here, which means it would come up and down here the same way. So now I have 1/2, and the height is 3. And base 1 has to be 4, and base 2 has to be 6. Following PEMDAS, 4 plus 6 is 10. I know 1/2 of 10 is 5. So now this is 5 times 3. And 5 times 3 is 15. This would be 15 millimeters square. Now I have to add these together. 15 plus 9, well, that's going to give me 24 millimeters square. All right, let's see if I'm right. Number 13, 24 millimeters square. And there it is, 24 millimeters square. All right, number 14, yours to do. Number 15 is mine. Find the perimeter and the area. This time they want both. the perimeter and the area. All right, I'm going to start with the perimeter first. Perimeter is how far everything is on the outside. So how far it is on the outside. If this is 7, and this is 5, well, 7 plus 5 is 12. And then we're adding 12 to 5, and that's going to be 17. And if this is 5, then this must be 5. So 17 plus 5, that's going to give me 22. Now taking 22 and adding it to 11, that's going to be 33. Now I'm adding 33 to, well, if this is 7 over here, this has to be 7 over here. So I'm adding 7, and that's going to be 40. 33 plus 7 is 40. And now I'm going to go and add 40 to here. Remember, this is 11, and this is 5, right? So that means this is 5, and this is 11. And 11 plus 5 is 16. So that means I'm adding 40 to 16, which gives me 56. And this would be 56 meters. All right. Now it says find the area. But to find the area, I can take this and say this is a square. And that means this square is 5 by 5. And 5 times 5 equals 25. So that's 25 meters squared. Next, we're going to take the rectangle. The rectangle is 7, and then all the way across we said was 16. So now we've got 7 times 16. Well, 16 times 7, well, that's going to give us 42, and that's going to give us 11. So this is going to equal 112. And now I have to add them together. 112 plus 25, well, that's going to give me 7, a 3, a 1. I see this is 131 meters squared. Let's see how we did. So for my perimeter, I said it was 56 meters. And for the area, I said it was 137 meters square. All right, let's see how I did. 56 meters and 137 millimeters square. All right, 16 is yours to do. Let's look at number 17. For number 17, I see that I have what looks like a rectangle here, and then a triangle down here. So we said the formula for a rectangle is length times width, and this length is 6, and its width is 7, right, from here to here. And 6 times 7 is 42. So this is 42 centimeters square. And we're doing area first this time. Then the triangle, with that formula is 1/2 base times height. So this is going to be 1/2 times, well, my base is here, and if this is 7, and this is 9.5, 9.5 minus 7 is going to be 2.5. So 2.5 is my base. And then my height of my triangle, well, that's going to be this across right here, and that's going to be 6. Well, half of 6 is 3, so now I've got 2.5 times 3. I know 25 times 3 is 75, so 2.5 times 3 must be 7.5. So this is 7.5 centimeters squared. And now I have to add my area of my rectangle, which was 42, to my area of a triangle, which is 7.5. I'm going to line up my decimals. My 5 is going to come down, so is my decimal. And this is giving me 49.5 centimeters squared. And that is the answer to area. All right. Now let's check perimeter. Perimeter, I just add them all up. 6 plus 7, well, that's 13. 13 plus 6.5, well, that's going to be 19.5. And 19.5 plus 9.5, well, let's add that together. 19.5 plus 9.5. 5 plus 5 is 10, carry the 1. The decimal comes down. It's going to give me 19, carry the 1. That's going to be 29. So the perimeter equals 29. All right, let's see how I did. Looks like the answer's here. I'm going to move this. So 29 centimeters, that's what we said over here, 29. And I forgot to put the unit centimeters. That's true for the perimeter. And then we said the area would be 49.5 centimeters. All right, number 18 is yours to do. I got number 19. A running back has six lanes. Okay, a running track has 6 lanes. Explain why the starting point for the 6 runners are staggered. Draw a line as part of your explanation. Well, they're staggered because the farther you are on the outside, the longer your track is. So they have to reduce that amount. Okay? The starting points are staggered so that each runner can run the same distance and use the same finish line. This is necessary because the circumference is different for each lane. The diagram shows this because the diameter is greater on the outside lanes. All right, number 20 is yours to do. I'm all done with the homework, so good luck, and I'll see you in class for grading.